Yeah, I want to watch this again. Not the first shout out I'll do today, but shout out to this mug made by my dear friend Hillary. Thank you, Hillary. Okay. Is that coming through a little crunchy? Is that just me? Let's see. All right. Okay, check test 1 2 3 1 2 3. I'm a little crunchy. It's a little crunchy. Okay, that's worth looking into. Alrighty. Do 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 do. Cause we do it a little bit differently. Let's see. Oh, hello to viewers who I assume are probably bots, but maybe friends. Who knows? Hello, bots that might be friends. Yeah. Interesting. Trying to figure out if that's actually square waving or... Anyway, deal with that down the road. Clean enough for tonight, because otherwise levels are looking pretty good. Yeah, that's definitely a little square. Oh well. Something to troubleshoot. I wonder where that connections loose. Probably somewhere in here, actually. Yeah, probably got a little crimped there, but all is okay. Alrighty, so 7:23. We can go ahead and press the launch button, get ourselves back into story mode, launch back into Falcon Fictive, and figure out where we're at in this particular world. Thank you to the two. Thank you to everybody for your patience on the somewhat drawn out break, but it was absolutely necessary and has ended up being like really helpful in the long run. We're, doing much better for it. Okay, cool. And we've got some fun things that we're going to be able to dig into, right? We did the church, we didn't do the mine, and then the rest of it's all that stuff. Great. Okay. All right. Well, let's see where we're at. So we've got some money. Let's start off, as we are often wont to do, by coming back in here and check the safe, seeing how. Okay, no money in there. I got 6,000 in florins. Let's see what's going on with this guy.
Salute, Sir Ezzio. Shall we take a look at the list?
Yeah, that's really crunchy. Oh. All right, we're gonna take a moment in just a sec, because go ahead and go ahead and upgrade the tailor. Yep. And the doctor. But then I am going to go ahead and, while we're waiting for other folks to log on, I am going to go ahead and double check, see what's going on with the audio. Because I think, or rather, I hope that is an issue with headphones. Let's see. Oi. Okay, let's see.
Buon viaggio!
Well, nope, I can confirm that it is not just that. So the question is, where is the crunchiness happening? Is it in here? Oh, I bet that's it. Oh, is that it? Well, let's see.
Buongiorno.
No, it's still really crunchy. Man, what's going on? Okay. Let's take a look. Are we undercutting? No, we're not undercutting. We're not adding. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, is it a loose connection? Wow. Check test 1, 2. Yeah, whoa. That is a new one for me. Man, haven't seen a crunchy one like this in a hot minute. Okay. Let's see what's going on with yeah. Check test 1, 2. Are we getting anything? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Interesting. Fantastically fun. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check test 1, 2, 3. Hey, there we go. Is that better? No, that's basically the same.
Buon viaggio!
Yeah, that's so crunchy. That's going to drive me absolutely insane. So we're going to take a moment. And I've got 2 minutes, so we'll be right back. Okay. We're back. Audio's a little bit crunchy today, but we will deal with that soonish. We'll deal with that down the road. For now, it's going to be back. It's going to be back. Nobody else is here. We're back. Well, so we're back. It's been a minute, but it's good to be here, and I am excited to see everybody. Yo, and excited to be back in the world of Assassin's Creed. I know the audio is a little crunchy. I will say that anytime anybody new shows up, but you know, we're fun little update. I appreciate everybody's patience. It's been a hell of a few weeks. Had some family stuff, had some computer stuff, had to like do a full system rebuild, which has been interesting and fun. And which is part of the reason why the audio is a little crunchy. Life does in fact happen. But until it starts to drive me absolutely insane, I think it's livable. If a little square wavy, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to determine how I'm feeling about it, because it's a little bit, it is crunchy. It is crunchy to the point of me being like, I don't know, am I willing to live with this? Yeah, and we'll see. I'm hoping that it's something to do with the output, not the input. But we'll see. Yeah, because like I don't know, their audio is driving me a little bit crazy. Great, but what we're gonna do for now is we're going to go and pick up the last of the chests around here, and then head and do a little bit of cleanup in Florence, and then move on to the next round of things. So last time we all got together Father and son de Pazzi shifted off this mortal coil, and the beginnings of our revenge came into view. We also managed to save Lorenzo de Medici, and that's, which is setting us up well. We're currently at Monteriggioni, and are going to be headed towards Florence in just a moment for a little bit of last minute cleanup to get our next directions, and then and kick us off with a little bit of digging through a church, looting another coffin is what I have in mind to just get the rust off a little bit, and then we're going to head back into Tuscany to finish off the remainder of the Pazzi family, and then hopefully begin our voyage to the beautiful and incomparable Venice. We'll see, though, because, with Ezzio, you never know how things are going to pan out. Okay. I just realized something. I'm going to try one thing really quick while I'm sitting here to see if that actually I can solve the speaker problem very quickly. Let's see. Does that make that any better? No. Okay. Anyway. So yeah. Fuck. There's also going to be, I have a feeling today's going to be a lot of that, a lot of me intending to jump off of a thing going in one direction and go in a slightly different direction. We are entering into that phase of the game, which is, fine. It's not too bad. Nothing terrible. And yeah, it's going to be back. It's going to be on stream again. Feeling very excited. I forget that. I also forget that sometimes games are, like, for the first half, kind of like just a series of tutorials. This particular map has like 3 tutorial cities, I want to say, because you have Florence in the beginning, and then you have Florence again. You have Tuscany and Monteriggioni, and then there's one more that we're gonna get to maybe today. It really depends on how things go, because there are a couple of notorious sections of moving around the map that go badly. At one point, we are going to be driving a wagon at speed today, which will be fun, which is a little bit messy, but anyway, because it's been a few weeks, quick recap of where we are in the game to this point. Ezzio is the middle son of an Italian banker who is also an assassin who's managed to piss off the Templar by killing their money in Florence and their choice for leading, Italian finance in Florence over Medici, the Pazzi family, and we are now embroiled in the beginnings of that story, which is a story of revenge. We're trying to track down the eldest and sole remaining Pazzi patriarch, whose name is escaping me at the moment, but which we will look up. For some reason, I always think of him as being a little bit Old Man Wintery, because he's got that very high necked papal garb. Papal's the wrong word. High necked. Damn it! What's the black thing? It's not a cowl. I'll get there. And so we are currently standing in our uncle's villa, hopping around looting some of the remaining chests to help to invest back into said villa, and are finding that doing aggressive murder for the sake of feeling better about our dead family, it's the collar, but also like the black, it's like the collar and the robe, it's the whole get up. It's nope, that was just simply the wrong button. I've also been playing Slay the Spire. Jacopo de Pazzi, there he is. That's not the, let's see, people. Targets. It's kind of frustrating that they have different. There he is. Yeah, whatever that outfit is.
The head of the Pazzi family, and he ran.
And that really big, ugly ruby thing in the middle. So yeah, we're getting very comfortable with doing murder as a way to get over the deaths of our family, and also just a seeming occupation. This is all happening inside of the brain and genetic memory of one Desmond Miles, an assassin in the what was then near future, now pseudo present, with his other assassin buddies, who are currently holed up in a warehouse, hiding from the modern day Templars who run Abstergo Industries. And Desmond's, a good kid. It's kind of weird to think about how, like, Desmond is young nowadays. Like, I thought of Desmond as being like this grown up who got sucked into the, like, when I remember playing this game the first time, and it was like, man, Desmond's like an adult who's been sucked into an adventure. And now I'm just like, man, Desmond's a 20-something bartender whose life just got totally fucked, which is just an entertaining reference change. Yeah. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's us caught up. For more about any of that, go back and watch some of the recaps or the other streams if you want, like, longer form. Well, I pressed the B button that's supposed to make me roll. That feels like that's on you, game. Yeah, so Desmond, okay. We'll get into this a little bit more, but just a little bit of quick backstory on Desmond Miles. Desmond Miles was raised by the assassins in their compound, and then ran away when he became disillusioned with the idea of the assassins, and was hiding out under a false identity as a bartender in New York City, I think, is like where they land on it. It's sort of a U.S. metropolis. It's kind of implied that but the way it's described is like New York City. We'll get into why he ran away and why he was disillusioned and all that, because that's actually, like, pertinent to later games, especially when we get into Assassin's Creed 3. And a little bit when we get into Revelations, that is sort of like the meta plot of Revelations is kind of about that. So, but that stuff is coming along. This is also great. Actually, that's good on me. Great moment for us to talk about the meta plot, which is weird as fuck. This game has a very strange meta plot, which is about how someone has seemingly hacked through esoteric symbols, clips of a video with no real context into this genetic memory, which implies a number of fun things. When you think about it, it means that it's someone who shares ancestry with Desmond, which means it has to have been an assassin and a relative of Desmond by some metric. And It means that, this isn't the first time someone has accessed these genetic memories on behalf of Abstergo. And these clips are weird and kind of bizarro. They have they say some interesting political things from the perspective both of the like narrative internally, but also from the perspective of like what the designers of the game had in mind. And then also say some interesting things about what the... Oh, I think I didn't have that yet. Say some interesting things, but also then say some interesting things about sort of the politics of the game itself. Yeah, so I think given our break, that kind of catches us all the way up. And now we're going to go dive into a couple of things that are sort of high on my list of prime memories. I want to finish up some Florence stuff, which is going to be a little bit of like, not burning time per se, but a little bit of cleanup. But we're going to start by going and visiting Leonardo one last time, and then doing another of the assassin caskets, and then going from there into what is it that I'm trying to say? Going from there into sort of diving into Tuscany a little bit more, and what's going on with the rest of the game and the conspiracy. Okay, I'm just double checking. That's all working. Good. Stable and good. All right, so let's go see our weird friend, Leonardo.
Ezzio, thank God you're all right. Is this why you pursued Francesco?
Not exactly.
Well, whatever your reasons, the city's safe again thanks to you. Now tell me, how may I be of service? Ah, another page. Aha, it's a similar cipher to the last one. This won't take long. Interesting. It's another blade design for delivering poison.
Can you build it?
See, it won't take very long. I just need to find a way to hollow out the blade without sacrificing the...
It's all right, Leonardo. Just do what you need to do.
All done. I filled your blade with a bit of poison to start with. If you run out, just visit a doctor.
Poison. From a doctor?
High enough doses. Which cures.
I am in your debt once more.
Anytime, Ezzio. Anytime.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's see. Where are we headed next? We are headed over to see... So we're headed back out, but let's do... So, let's see, where are we? You know what? I'm going to pivot. I'm going to pivot away from what I said. I'm gonna make a liar out of myself, because I don't want to wait. We'll come back and clean up Florence at the end if we still have time, because when it takes less energy, I'm more interested in diving in and actually doing some stuff. Let's get going on talking to our favorite uncle, Mario, and seeing what we can get into in the weird spaces we're headed into. Okay. Okay. So, other things that we're talking about in this game. So one of the interesting things about this little villa that you start to notice now that we have upgraded the barracks and the Thieves Guild and the brothel is that there are a disproportionate number of mercenaries and thieves and courtesans that live, in town, which I find very funny. But it also gets into some...
Come in. To what do we owe the honor?
It also gets into some interesting gender politics and preconceptions that we are going to get into as we get into these missions.
Been sent from Firenze by Il Magnifico to attend to some unfinished business. I'm looking for Jacopo de Pazzi.
Ha! Who is it? We've been at it for days.
And perhaps what I carry will help us both. A list of his co-conspirators. One of them will talk before he dies.
Excellent. These men are sure to lack Jacopo's resources, which means they will be easier to find.
It is a Mario.
I appreciate the help, Uncle. Got something else for you as well. More codex pages.
Let's see what we can learn. What is this? What profit?
What did you find, Uncle?
Just another damn mystery. The text here roughly translates to only the prophet may open it. There's reference to 2 pieces of Eden, but these pages offer no answers, Nipote. At least, not on their own. You must find more.
We'll have to save it for another day, Uncle. I have a mission to attend to.
Now, if you hope to defeat these bastardi, I will need to teach you a few things. Meet me on the practice field.
All right.
All right, Ezzio. You're familiar with counterattacking, but what happens when your enemy is as well?
I don't usually give them the opportunity.
Tough talk offers little protection against Templar steel.
Then by all means, Maestro. Teach me what to do.
Now dodge. Poor little face.
Okay, we're going to get it out of the way.
Bene. Now do it again.
Okay.
One last time now. Bravo. Let's see it another time.
This is one of my favorite moves, and also, so disarm is one of the most useful moves in the entire game because we are about to get introduced to a whole new set of enemy that have different weapon types that you can't block or effectively get out of the way of when when you're wielding just a standard weapon. So I'm very excited to leverage this a little bit more effectively.
Signore, we found Jacopo's men, and they wait your word to strike.
Relay the following. No man moves until they have spoken with Ezzio. Intesi?
It will be done.
Go, Ezzio. Visit with my mercenaries in the countryside. See if Jacopo's lackeys won't lead you to him. But
Nice. Okay. So, and now we get into another fun moment where the economy of this game is kind of weird because every time, or at least my relationship with the economy of this game is weird because every time the chest goes ding, I'm like, oh, it's time to invest back into the villa. And now this is good, but also counterproductive because it does not it yields benefits clearly, but it also you can't be running back and forth all the time. So when I'm here in the villa itself and it dings, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do the thing because then the value of the villa goes up, which means the income goes up, which means that the price of things that I need to buy goes down in the villa. It's sort of, it very quickly gets broken. It's also fun because they did a really good job of when you showed up, the villa was boarded up and it was, really dark. The lighting was really awful. There were no flags. And then by the time you're done, the lighting is really lovely. It's this sort of constant golden hour, this really lovely, like, Tuscan light, which is, you know, folks talk about this. The light in Tuscany is very beautiful. And so anyway, it's a fun thing to see happen and play out in real time. And while we're here, because we're about to start fighting some more, I think I am going to go ahead and I'm going to hold off because the captain's sword is worth waiting for. And at some point, we're going to buy everything. But we don't need any of that for what we're going to go do now. So we will go ahead and hop on the horse and get a move on our uncle's orders to go and kill some more dudes. This part's fun. I didn't do as much historical research for this round because I really was focused on just sort of getting back into the gameplay. It took me a surprisingly large amount of time to get back into the swing of things. But, you know, I think a part of that is because I was away and I wasn't like playing while I was gone, and then also I've been playing on the Switch, and like it's really the inverse of the AB is surprisingly impactful in the like translation from Nintendo products to other console products. It really is kind of insane. But the second I came back, it did, you know, we're back to pretty fun game. These missions are some of my favorites. Like these 4. So we're about to dive into 4 assassins in a lead up to the big 5th. We're targeting the Pazzi's supporters. And each of them is interesting in a fun way. This is, again, we're going to get into some of the ways this is sort of a second round of tutorials. But also because I can't help myself, and we talked about the truth, and I want to do a puzzle. We're going to go ahead and do this puzzle that I noticed last time, but didn't do because we were a little trying to be slightly more responsible, and get through to the mission. Because I feel like it. And there isn't enough weird stuff out there for us. Wait. I could have sworn this was over here. Is it not? Where's the glowy thing? Might be around here somewhere. Oh, come on. I was just here. Like, if you... Dang it. I thought I did a good job of remembering where this was. I was incorrect. But that does let me see a feather. Maybe I'm going senile. Maybe it moved. Maybe it's Maybelline. I swear to fucking God. Glowy? Nope, that's a chest. There it is. Excellent. Knew it was around here somewhere.
Do you see what's going on?
Not yet, but you will.
Okay. All right, so we're back into weird things. Let's see, zoom. Okay, so they wield the power to cut. Otto von Bismarck, Percy's Grease, see his sword, Told Hun, Samson, famous haircut, Alexander the Great, would track. Sigmund? Charlemagne, Arthur, Joan of Arc, Aeneas. Okay. I'm going to go with obvious sword. See if that is correct. Is that a sword or a staff? It is a sword. He's pointing at a sword in a tree. Obvious sword. Obvious sword. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yes, right. So that's what this puzzle is. This is pointing to the fact that there are other types of pieces of Eden, which I don't think we've seen before. So there is sword. Sword is a piece of Eden. So in their hands, the wise lean on a great force. Okay. We're looking for things that are leaned on. Well, so we've got King Louis, nothing. Sitting on a throne is great. John the Baptist, staff. Okay. Guy leaning on a staff. Achilles didn't lean on shit. Staff. Nothing. Staff. Staff. Moses. There we go. Staff. So, different types of pieces of Eden. The apple is not the only thing, which is kind of insane. I don't know whether or not this might become perhaps structurally important to the game, once loot crates become a thing in the future. Maybe not, who can say. But I will say that it was huge. Like, you saw the sword in this game and you were like, am I gonna get a magic fucking sword in this game somehow? It was a big fucking deal when it came out. No, I don't know what you mean about Achilles leaning on Patroclus. Can you explain it in great detail, please and thank you? Just can you I'll wait and then read whatever you say. Can you just share it? Oh, right. Yes, they were roommates. Right. Famously the roominest of mates. Okay. Okay. And then we have another clip. Sorry, thank you for your patience. Who the fuck knows? I seriously, I cannot believe y'all don't know what's coming. It's going to be great. Okay, now that we've taken that little side trek into whatever will come out of the mysteries of the world, let's go do our first murder of the day. It also this makes me realize if we ever got around to doing a recap podcast of the Assassin's Creed games and then games in general, it would be Murder of the Day, which would be fun. That could be good. I feel like that could be an enjoyable, that could be funny. I feel like you would get a lot of people. No, it doesn't. This game does not have a body count stat, unfortunately. It would be very fun if it did. That would be great. But unfortunately it does not. Yeah, unfortunately, no, it does not have a body count stat. So we're stuck with whatever we, at least wait. Well, I say that and then I say that and then I pulled out a sword as if I was going to stab the guy who was giving me a quest. No. So I think so. Okay. I'm wrong. Here's my current body count. I've died once My favorite weapon is a hidden blade as of this point. My current enemies killed in the fight is 91. My enemy's assassin with a hidden blade is 41. Air assassination is 2. Double air assassination is 0. Disarms 3. Navigation. Oh, right. You can get mileage, which is fun. Distance flown is a really fun one that people found very early on in the game. It was like, what the fuck? And then you have like percentage restored and other things, which is really interesting. Gross. You keep my wife out of the body count business. That's not. Hey. That's not what this is about. But for all we know, she might be watching. She probably isn't at the moment. No, it's fine. She doesn't care, and neither do I.
There you are. Listen, we've found Stefano da Bagnone. Just follow this way, and it will bring you to the abbey where he's taking refuge. Wait. Before you go, take these. You can use them to create a distraction.
My thanks, friend.
Okay. So, I've just been gifted an incredibly important thing. Smoke bombs. We are officially into the I think one of the things this game gets accused of / credited for is sort of being a precursor to a lot of the forthcoming Batman games. Like this all came out before Arkham, which actually would be a really good follow-up to this series, is doing the Arkham games. Fuck. Okay, that's a good back pocket. But we now have smoke bombs.
Lord has any interest in our affairs, you've another thing coming. But please, by all means, continue to delude yourself if it helps to pass the time.
You speak blasphemy.
No, I speak truth. But to deny his most exalted existence.
Now you're about to see why.
Rational response when faced with the declaration. What do you want?
Pop out of a bale of hay, smash a smoke bomb, stab.
Where is Jacopo?
Nothing to fear, I suppose. They meet in the shadow of the Roman gods.
Ora sei libero dalla paura. Requiescat in pace.
And then, now that we've done the kill, we can just, boom, drop a smoke bomb, disappear. Now we're gone forever. Awesome. Yeah, this game is very fun, very silly. Once you start to get into, like, wait, you got a whole bunch of fucking tools? You got tools and shit? It's great. So the other thing that's fun about this quest, so I love that setup in particular. You get a very clear explanation of this priest involved in the Templar who clearly does not believe in God, is, deeply committed to the Templar, but skeptical of faith. And you get, you get one of your first really good picking them out from a crowd and then being able to like pop up and get them quests. This one really stuck out actually. And all four of these quests in a different way highlight, the ways in which you can approach playing the rest of the game. And I forgot that this game doesn't introduce the 100% synchronization that's in Brotherhood. The idea of like percentage synchronization, and on a like quest by quest basis. And so it's really teeing up that you can be stealthy and you can do the stealthy Batman mode. You can also do
the loud and full frontal mode, which is what we're about to see.
We found Archbishop Salviati. He's barricaded himself inside that villa. Take some of my men. Use them to clear the fields. Then find a way over the wall so you can open the gates.
Command over my own army. A nice change of pace from the usual sneaking and stabbing. I like it.
Right, this idea that you have command over your own army is fun. And then you get this bigger group. You get a group of 6 rather than 4 mercenaries, which is your standard hire, sort of keying into the fact that you can get a larger group of followers depending on what you need. And then you are sort of just put in a situation where you're gonna have to fight some fuckers. So you're sort of set up with they're just gonna be in front of you, or you're gonna have to deal with them as they show up. And your mercenaries are going to be there to help make all of that happen more effectively and easily, which is a lot of fun, because they're just big fucking dudes. The guys fucking wreck. They also start to open up an awareness of tactical fighting, because when mercenaries are involved in this game, you can just, if you get behind folks, you can just execute them, which is huge. I mean, so it makes hiring mercenaries and other sort of distraction cohorts really, really handy. So our goal here is to figure out a way in to this villa and then to open the gates. And now I'm going to demonstrate one of my favorite things about this game, which is I'm going to fight this big fucker and I'm going to take his fucking sword and kill him with it. If I can get him to fight me. It's one of my favorite things in this game. If this guy doesn't... All right, fine. It's like, fight me. I want your sword. Give me the sword. Give me the sword. Stop helping me. Yeah. And we'll have ample opportunity for... Yeah, there we go. And now I've taken his sword, and then I just fucking bean the shit out of him with it, and now I have a big fucking sword. Look at this thing. It's fucking huge. Ugh, it's so fucking satisfying. Yeah. And then there's all sorts of other opportunities where you get to, you'll see. This is like the big fuck off sword is fun. This is like, when you get into the axes and shit, it gets fun too. The execution animations are really, really fun. And I mean, like, look, I know. I'm here to acknowledge this game is incredibly violent in ways that aren't, Assassin's Creed is built on a fallacious, a flawed premise that there's something fundamentally necessary about this violence, and part of the way they get away with that is by anchoring it in a time in history and by doing other things. But this game is violent as fuck in ways that are just comical. And that's true of any game. But I think that when you're talking about Assassin's Creed as a very explicitly, the point of this game is the kill. It's in the title. The point is the killing. In a way that is very explicit. And so, I'm just, I want to acknowledge that I do take, that I'm aware of, while I take a lot of joy out of the thing, it is somewhat, it is intentionally salacious and garish might be the word that I'm hunting for. as and I realize now that I was saying all of that as I was looting the corpses, because it is really important to loot the corpses. Like, it's the best way to make sure that you don't overspend money on things like medicine and smoke bombs and other things, like ammo. Like, after the initial stage of this game, you should not be buying ammo. It's just like not a thing you should ever find yourself doing, because because it's like buying ammo is incredibly expensive. But especially like when you get into the later game, enemies drop ammo very consistently. So yeah, it's very, very important to loot the corpses. Otherwise it's just wasteful. Now, unfortunately, in Assassin's Creed, importantly, in Assassin's Creed 3, that becomes kind of like that mentality of loot the corpses becomes kind of a like they take on a bit of a use the whole body approach in the crafting model, and that kind of is the extent to which that they're like, okay, cool, and that's like enough, that's like sufficient for indigenous people's culture and First Nations culture, right? Like that's enough, right? And it's like, it really isn't, and like that's unfair to the game, but it's not entirely unfair to the game, which is sad. It's on the eastern. It's New England, so there is no buffalo. Buffalo were never this side of the Mississippi in any real numbers. Yeah. I didn't know Ken Burns made a Buffalo documentary.
You're finished, assassin. You hear me? Finished! You Templars, are we singing the same song? They should. Where is Jacopo?
He knows you come for him.
Yes.
Emerging only in darkness to meet yours.
That answers when. Now tell me where. Fede dovrebbe dare conforto.
Now, two criticisms of these missions. The pacing of the dialogue is really fucked. Sorry for that noise. I'm trying to stay hydrated. Both in that it's very easy to kill targets mid-dialogue and then you just don't get the end of it, as just happened. And Ezio asks questions that he doesn't get answers to because people apparently die, but there's really, like, the pacing there is really tight in a way that doesn't really drive anything home. So, interesting, but, just as I really like the quests otherwise, but just a point of mild criticism. Pardon me as I continue to caffeinate. Oh. And, realize that I did say on mic that you've got to remember it's really important to loot the corpses. That's a thing that is now, just going to be a part of my internet, like the thing that people think of me on the internet. Which is fun. But yeah, it is incredibly satisfying to kill these guys with their own weapons. Because this axe thing, it's just fucking brutal. Yeah. Very fun because you basically you really do just basically chop them in half and then push them over. It's really satisfying. It's a thing actually feel like a lot of the kill moves and finishing moves in this game, as in many games of the time, are references to wrestling finishers, and I just don't know enough about wrestling, especially wrestling of this era, to I don't know enough about wrestling of like the early and mid 2000s to really comment on that with any actual certainty, but based on my very, very limited awareness, that is the thing that I'm pretty sure is, or at least I like it. It feels referential. Oh hell yeah, that'd be fun as fuck. Love to do a joint stream with Jenna sometime. This is okay. So now this is a great moment to talk about courtesans. And blending. So one of the things that I think is really interesting about the way this game does things is that it's, you know, oh, fuck you. Come on. I was talking about a thing. You can't, fine, whatever.
He's right there.
Well, yeah, but now I'm anonymous. See? I'm anonymous now. I'm incognito. Leave me alone.
I'm losing him.
I tore down the wanted poster. You can't arrest me anymore. Big Homer Simpson yelling sanctuary as he runs into a church vibes in that moment. Anyway. So automatically when you have courtesans around you, you can distract guards, and that is super helpful as a mechanic, but it also is very, and you also like draw the attention of men in the crowd, and that makes sense, but it is also a very it's very interesting to think about it in the context of like it is the way that they are distracted is sort of they are distracted by their arousal, like very explicitly, and that is kind of that is kind of interesting. That like no matter what, it's not that they're distracted by like trying to shoo them away, or that like it is explicitly no matter what that's the thing, and you know that is an interesting. It's just an interesting thing that I was thinking about as I was playing today. That's the only direction. I don't really have a full thought there. That's just something that was coming to mind. No, so what's interesting is that no matter let me see. I will demonstrate this point because here are some guards. I have the courtesans. No matter what, if I get too close to them, two of them will peel off as the guards catcall them, and no matter how many guards, this is what will happen. And that is what they're mechanically there to do. They're there to distract guards, but they're there to distract guards because they're there to distract guards literally through arousing sexual desire in the guards. Thieves are there to distract guards by like literally stealing from them and leading them off in a different direction, and mercenaries are there to distract guards by attempting to kill them. But like no matter what, that's what happens. And when the bards aren't around, if you're in a big enough crowd, other men in the crowd will comment on the courtesans as well. And so there is this like interesting assumption of, you know, of heteronormativity, of sexual desire, of like, there are all of these interesting assumptions that go into that simple mechanic that are like, you know, totally understandable, especially given when this game comes out, but also very, very blatant in a way that are like, you know, setting aside the objectification of like hirelings. It is like really, really interesting to see how much heterosexual desire, and specifically women as the objects of heterosexual desire, are being explicitly and specifically objectified in that way and in that moment. Just an interesting thing. Okay, moving on from that. This is one of my favorite quests in the early game, and you will see why in just a moment.
Salute, Ezio. Antonio Maffei has sought refuge atop the city's tallest structure, spouting scripture and arrows in equal measure. The man has clearly lost his mind. He's posted archers all around him. You do well to clear them out before approaching.
Grazie for the information.
So, you have to climb this tower. You have to climb these 2 towers. And importantly, you have to make sure to climb the surrounding towers and kill the archers, because otherwise your ass will get shot down from a height that you cannot survive to fall from. It is it's low-key like one of the better designed early assassination missions. It just plays really well, and like it's built into the space of the city in a way that is very, very compelling. So case in point, these motherfuckers will just start fucking throwing things, and then they will try and knock you off this roof. And so you have to do this. Now, thankfully, with a little light looting and some well-placed intention, we have the right tools to ensure that that doesn't happen too much more often. Also, I keep forgetting that you've got to target them before you can do counters, which is always very frustrating. So we have the right tool for the right job, which is throwing knives. Throwing knives are great because look at that. That guy's dead. No more problem with that guy. Now, we're also... I also have to remember somewhere around here there is well, we'll find it afterwards. Somewhere around here there is another mystery, which we will get into, but we'll do that in a minute. And this is why we loot, because this is how we make sure we don't run out of throwing knives. See, looting is important for throwing knife purposes. Anyway, but yeah, so like the climbs are really interesting. One of the things that's really nice about this game relative to the last game is that they really, you have like these interesting architectural features that don't repeat. You have asymmetrical climbing shapes, and things that are set off center in a way that you didn't get in the last game. And it's just very, very good. And again, the death animations are just so fucking satisfying. Now, you do have to be careful about doing things like that. because you don't want to roll off. And then be careful about doing things like that because you want to make sure that you get the jump right. But now we get to climb this very, very tall tower. Now, as you can see, it is a pretty big fall down to the bottom. So, but and if you can hear it coming through, let me know if you can. I'll turn it up a little bit. The music for this is also just incredibly good. It won't let me do a hanging ledge assassination. But apparently I have disturbed the piece enough to entice our main man down. But you do have to be very, very careful because that might happen. Yeah. So this is also a thing that I think makes this mission really fun is that, like, it is high risk. You get to the top and it is very easy once you're out here on the, edge of the thing to just eat shit. And so here we are again, down to the bottom, and we gotta fucking try it one more time. One more again. But, and, well, you know what? Let's take a brief moment, since you just watched me do that once and eat shit.
See how the lineage is disrupted? The web of history traps the good, and the evil take what is not theirs.
To go into a little bit of crazy town. So subject 16, the subject before us, was obviously a little bit insane. Illuminati indeed. We are now in the... these pictures are broken up into different parts that we have to turn around and make them into a consistent shape. We don't know what this is until it's rebuilt. But you can bet your bottom dollar that it's probably fucked up. Cool. And Satan said unto Cain, swear unto me by thy throat, and if thou tell it, thou shalt die. Cool. Cain and Abel as the initiating myth around the apple of Eden, or at least the first apple of Eden, or some subset of the apples of Eden, which is definitely a totally normal thing that isn't fucked up and weird at all. Like, totally normal and fine, right? Like, why would anyone be worried that that's weird? It's totally normal and fine, guys. I don't know why you're saying that it's weird. And all these things were done in secret. Again, image with the apple of Eden. And these are fun. I like these. I like the puzzle design here because it is an interesting pivot. I also think I'm trying to, this is where, we're in the space where we're talking about the church. Explicitly, we've seen Rodrigo Borgia. We've seen a lot of church and papal imagery, but this is like one of the first moments that I can think of where references to the Bible are explicitly being tied to the pieces of Eden, other than referring to them as pieces of Eden. But we're starting to get a little bit more explicit in the background meta theorization, which I think is interesting. And Cain said, truly, I am Mahan, the master of this great secret. Also, it's kind of, anyway, the calling, the description from 16 at the beginning of this being a consistent, like a lineage of good that is corrupted is interesting to me, because I think it's pretty easy to see the way in which, like, the evil is an originating force here. You know, wherefore Ken was called Master Mahan. Wherefore Cain was called Master Mahan, and he gloried in his wickedness. And then we...
The mark of Cain.
Cool. And the mark of Cain is here being called directly the Templar symbol. At the bottom, we have a Morse code breakdown that I'm unfamiliar with, but could look up. No, it's bad Bible study. This is like, it's, yeah, no, don't. This game is a great way to like, okay, if you understand just enough of the Bible, like the majority of Americans' understanding of the Bible, I think would track very well to this game. Parentheses, insulting. But then we get another little clip of the truth. Again, what the fuck is that? So weird. And probably fine. Anyway, let's climb this tower again and kill this dude. I'm sure it will go better this time, because I believe. I also love how the guards are all like, what are you doing here? And it's like, well, obviously I'm the assassin that guy's yelling about, but you can keep asking dumb questions. Like, please feel free to keep asking stupid questions, because that makes my life much easier. Kind of frustrated that I didn't just murder that guy outright. But whatever. Sometimes I think you put things in chat in the hopes that I will say them so that they can be clipped. And this feels like one of those things. That feels like a trap, and I don't intend to fall into it. And if you're watching the recap, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to like bug folks on the Discord about what that was about. Well, more fool I, the idiot. Motherfucker, go around the goddamn corner. Dude, you dumb motherfucker. Get up the fucking kit. Yep. Now you're getting shot at. Good job, you fucking idiot. Way the fuck to go. We're doing so much worse than we did the first time. Dumb fuck. Well, at least he shot his friend too. Ugh. Motherfuck. Cool. That went great. I totally meant to do all of it. Everything's fine. Everything is totally fine. I fell. I'm so mad. Well, I didn't fall from like nearly as high. But now I'm being shot at from other directions in a way that is unfun. Die. Oh, I can't throw that low. Okay. Very well.
There he is! Najou!
Also, not gonna lie, throwing knives might be hella OP in this game, because apparently they can just like one-hit kill most enemies early on, and you have 15 of them, which is insane. And as we've demonstrated, you can just restock them off of the people that you threw them into. So now we're going to try again to climb this tower and kill some people and not get knocked off of it and fall to our deaths. But I do really like so I love this level design because it is fun to have to climb a tower and kill some guys on the way up. I like that it's outside, so you're sort of just watching the skyline as you're moving around. That eagle just sort of shows up at one point, and it's very satisfying. And then the hope is, you get clear and then get up and stab this guy. I accidentally knocked him off once.
Have some respect for death, my friend.
I'll show you respect.
No, I will. Che tu possa al fine trovare riposo. Nel corpo e nella mente. Requiescat in pace.
And having that scene after having knocked him off of the tower is very funny. It's also very interesting that Ezio has fully bought into the we're going to show respect after we kill people thing. It's very interesting immediately how quickly that comes into play. That is something. So I'm going to quickly go through and play. There are some. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I guess there is also a thing here. There's also nope, documents, letters.
My love.
Nope.
Put these.
Never mind. There was a letter. It doesn't matter. There are also these really nice VO recorded codex entries from each of these guys talking about how they're afraid of the assassin and the importance of meeting with Rodrigo Borgia, the maestro, who's apparently he's the master, the leader of the Templars at the time, and it's very much it's good little insert stuff, which I will play for us when I need to take a drink of water. For now, we're going to go take on our last target and hope for the best. Because that did not go as smoothly as I thought it was going to. I had figured it would go a little bit cleaner, but come see, come saw, as they say. And again, I do just love the ways in which the city is, it just feels so much more populated and just vibrant than the first game. I do wish you could kill bards.
We found Bernardo Baroncello.
Ottima notizia. Tell me where he is and I'll see that he's dealt with.
That's the trap. Returned to us from Constantinople, but he escaped. We believe him to be somewhere inside San Gimignano.
Va bene. I'll see if I can't pin him down.
How do you expect to succeed when the rest of us have failed?
I have my ways.
Okay. Let's see.
We will dance forever after.
When there aren't guards around, you can just run into them and knock the loot out of their hand, and that thwarts them, which is very funny. In D&D, I don't know why people don't do this more often. If you're facing off against an enemy bard, just like knock the instrument out of their hand. Call them a nerd. I think it will work incredibly effectively. And I'm sure it won't backfire or become the thing that your DM does all the time to your party bard. Also, why are there 3 bards in the public square? We will never know. Like, there are so many underemployed musicians in Italy in this period, apparently. It's really, really unfortunate. I think, if anything, it's like the one thing that takes me out of my immersive experience. Okay, and now, right, this is where I need to hire some friends. Because sometimes you've just got to get past a wall of guards. Yeah, because sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you want to go shopping, and you're kind of a conspicuous kind of dude, and there's just like a wall of guards, and so you hire 4 friends, and then have them put themselves in some sort of sexual peril to help make sure you can, shop or do a political murder without having to worry about it.
Where to sleep? The guard tower.
No, I'll pay them, yes.
He's here! Help!
Oh, motherfucker, where'd he go? Oh, Jesus. Fuck. He saw me? God damn it. What is the point? Well, yeah. Shut up. I gotta go stab a guy.
Guard! Where are the goddamn guards?
What the fuck is the point of hiring some courtesans to distract the guards when your fucking target gets... I do also appreciate that they... Well, in a second.
Where is Jacopo?
So you can do to him what you've done to me?
There is still time for you to clear your conscience.
We gather at the church when a meeting is called.
Il duole dove raggiungere a tanto. Requiescat in pace.
Like, I don't believe for a second that Ezzio is sorry that it came to this. That's just an insane thing. Like, why the fuck would he say that? Also, yeah, no, I don't want to fight 20 of them. I just want to piece the fuck out. I do appreciate about the animation that they now, that like when he catches up to somebody and does like a ground assassination, that he does like the kick behind the knee. I think it's just a good touch. Like, it's a good, oh, right. They don't have having a moment of like forgetting things that are in Venice or in the next game. And yeah. Anyway, and forgetting that I have the most important tool in the entire game. Smoke bomb! Ha! Gone forever! This game is so dumb. I did it! Anyway, yes, so now we've killed, Pazzi's 4 Pazzis, and we're going to go get Lorenzo, the last of the Pazzis. But yeah, Ezzio, sorry, not sorry. Well, again, this is like one of the interesting conceits of genetic memory is that like you got away enough so that you moved outside of the scope of like what that experiential memory was. It's very silly. But it has its own kind of internal logic to justify the mechanics, which are yes, very silly.
What's wrong with you? no need for this aggression anymore.
But also, like, I want to run into an open field and, you know, just know that they'll never find me. That would be nice.
Perhaps I should slow him down a little. Get down! You are not going anywhere!
And sometimes you just gotta punch a man. Okay, so right. I forgot about the part where I'm supposed to keep talking. Oi, as I take a moment to adjust my cushion. Another thing that's been happening is I've been walking the dogs longer distance, which means that I have less built-in padding on my ass than I used to, which means I'm also noticing that I need more built-in padding on my chair
I can stay my blade long.
than I used to.
Templar brothers. I'll have more names for my list.
But now, I can just go ahead and hop down into here and just kind of follow Lorenzo. Now we get into the interesting aspect of, well, we're going to use something we haven't used before, which is the coin purse, which is a great way to get people the fuck out of your way. Because in this particular instance where you're doing a follow like this, you can very easily have that broken by the bard.
As much I know.
The other thing that's interesting is the follow mechanics are very directly line of sight. So if my head at any point loses sight of Lorenzo's head, like there's literally a straight line from Ezzio's model's head to Lorenzo's head. And if at any point that line gets broken, timer starts 25 seconds and then it will be resolved. And your camera doesn't have to be pointed at them. Like, it's just that the character has to be able to see them. Case in point, I couldn't see Lorenzo, but my character could, so the timer stopped. So it makes it really interesting. It makes follow sequences kind of fun. But it also gets into a weird thing around, like, this game does have a little bit of an assistive camera where it does try to help steer the camera onto objectives, and now that's less true in follow sequences like this than it is in places like crypts. But it does create some interesting
He'll hurt someone pulling.
It just creates some interesting problems when you're trying to follow folks around. Going to keep a reasonable eye on Lorenzo, and then we're going to get to the other side of the wall by the easy way, so we don't have to deal with the gate. Look at that. And we're going to pop back around here so that we can see Lorenzo through the gate. Yep. Yeah. Also very handy to be able to use hirelings that you haven't hired as blend groups. Really useful stuff. Oh, sorry, guys. Also realizing that I have been up since 5 with the dogs, and
Venezia. Are there Templars there as well?
dude, they got Templars everywhere. Ezzio, you dumb baby. And the coffee is helping, but Good God, 5 a.m. It's so early. Also, I shouted it out super early, but this is a mug made by my friend Hillary that says, "We do not eat our allies," and it's for Endarna from Fourth Wing. It's a gift for Val from forever ago. I like the color scheme a lot. It's really well made. It's nice and heavy. It's good size for like an evening cup of coffee. And yeah, just felt like a good mug for today. Again, every once in a while when I'm walking around this game, I'm just like astounded by how fucking pretty it is. Because it is just so pretty. Also, it makes me want to go back to Italy real bad. Yeah, God. We should all just go to Italy. Actually, that would be like, that's the thing. We're gonna like get through this project and then like figure out a way to take a trip to Italy. That's the real ticket.
My father's death.
Also, Ezzio doesn't understand that you can be quiet when you're moving around from place to place. So all these little grunts.
Maestro, I did all I could, but the assassin proved too strong.
Clearly. As the others would be here with you. To say nothing of the fact that Firenze remains in Medici hands.
It's Francesco's fault. His impatience made him reckless. I tried to be the voice of reason.
More like the voice of cowardice.
You're one to talk, Signor Barbarigo. Had you sent us quality weapons instead of this garbage you Venetians call armament.
We put our faith in your family, and you repay us with inaction and incompetence?
Damn.
Then when asked to account for your failures, you make excuses and insult us? How do you expect me to respond?
I don't know.
It's all right. I do.
No. Please. Don't.
Please don't what?
That is a very good question, because at that point they'd already sort of done the thing. Also, I love Rodrigo. He's so fucking good.
Spare me.
No. What a mess. So sorry to have claimed your prize, assassin. Did you honestly think I wouldn't expect you to follow? That I didn't plan for it? We've been at this a lot longer than you. Kill him.
I know you're only doing as you're told. So if you release me, I will spare your lives.
Listen!
I love that you have that cinematic interrupt. I love that the villain is not an idiot. It's just so good. Now, the biggest problem I have with this fight is that you can hear the sound of Lorenzo whimpering in the background the whole time, and it gets really distracting. But, you know, it will only last for a little bit longer whilst we deal with the trash. Yep. Oh God. The whimpering really does get exhausting after a while. So we have a couple of problems. So we have new enemy types here. We have specifically the pole arm dudes. The pikemen are a huge pain because you can't The only way to effectively kill them is to get behind them or to disarm them. They have the reach, but disarming them is actually really, really effective. Or if you can disarm one of the big dudes with the heavy weapons, then you can usually get them. But, yep, you can also then run them through. But now I have a pike, which gives me a whole lot more opportunities because you can counter. I love you like do the spear point counter on the pike to pike. It's very fun. Again, this game is great, and that is awesome. So fucking cool. Okay, and now we finally get to end that noise, which is really fucking exhausting. But it's done now.
Vai, amico. Libero da fardelli e paure. Requiescat in pace.
Anyway, that's brutal. But it's done. And now the Pazzi are dead. Forever and fully. Kabots. Which is great. And now we are back in Florence. And making good time. I know what you're thinking. We're probably heading straight to Venice. No. Unfortunately not. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get there. Especially because we're going to take a detour after this to go check in at the villa. But first things first, we got to go talk to our friend Medici.
The Pazzi are dead. Every one of them.
I must admit, I've never before believed I could desire the death of others so badly.
Nor I.
Ezzio, thank you for the role you've played in keeping this dream of mine alive a little longer.
L'onore è mio, signore.
What will you do now, figliolo?
There are still others I must hunt, signore. They are already digging their claws into the heart of Venezia.
No. La bella Venezia. Then that is where your journey must take you, Ezzio. Before you leave us, I have something for you. A gift.
This cape identifies you as a friend of the Medici. As long as you wear it, the city guards will be more tolerant of your actions.
Nope.
Be warned, it will not grant you immunity from the law. Che la fortuna favorisca la tua lama.
And now I've got a cool cape. Which is actually great because it means I can move around the city without being without raising my wanted level, which is or as much, which is great. I'm sorry for this quality dip. Not sure what's going on there, but it looks like it's coming back. Okay, now we've talked to Lorenzo de Medici. We need to go see our friend Leonardo. I want to get this chest because the gold ones are good. They have more money in them. Or at least they're supposed to. That was kind of weak. That's kind of weak sauce. Okay. Ugh. Alrighty. And I love the little touches. Like, I don't think I'd noticed before, like the little market stalls and things that are set up, which is really pretty. It's just gorgeous. This game is just pretty. Okay. Go. No.
Leonardo!
Where's my friend? Yeah.
But he is gone.
Well, like,
Maestro Leonardo was commissioned by a Venetian noble to paint some portraits. He paid for the maestro to move his entire workshop to Venezia. It's quite an opportunity.
Grazie mille, friend.
I mean, even that random model where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna make it clear that this guy is like artist adjacent. We're gonna give him a satchel with 2 paper. I'm sure it'll read, and it totally does. Like you 100% buy that. Like, yeah, okay, that's different. That's, you know, it sells that scene better to have someone who feels like they would actually know that Da Vinci is going somewhere else. I do also appreciate that whenever you're in a place where the cape doesn't work, it says, hey, the cape doesn't work here, dude, which is handy. And that's why we're back, because look at that. We've got money in the bank. So we're here doing some upgrading and some investing in the villa itself. Now, I did that backwards. I really should have gone and invested in the Sarto before I bought the pouch, but you know, sometimes the intrusive thought wins, and that time it did. I also love how, like, so many video games nowadays are just like weird power fantasies of like being able to invest in real estate and, you know, have a steady investment income that comes and allows you to further invest in your own real estate. It's not even like you're trying to like buy up other real estate. You're just sort of investing back into your own real estate. Anyway, just me. That's fine. Okay, so given where we are, I'm going to do... Yep, I'm going to do what feels like the smart move and spend the most money I can, which is on the bank, because that's going to raise the value the most. And because, honestly, once I get this place upgraded fully, I don't ever have to talk to that guy ever again. Which is pretty fucking cool. But the last thing I need to do while we're here is restock on, you guessed it, throwing knives and smoke bombs. The most important things in the entire game. Which I'm kind of joking about, but not really. Like the more you play, the more you realize that this is what you need. And then once we're done investing in the town, we get to start doing things like buying up these cool new armors and like these fun new weapons. That's going to be great. Like I'm also like, I will be happy as we get into it to like take requests on like, hey, you should probably be fighting with, you know, the mall or like one of like, you know, pick a fucking thing. But like I'm happy to take requests for like, yeah, go do combat exclusively with this thing because it's funny. Because it's funny. But yes, now having done that and made a material investment back into my community, I will take us to the Nardo. In one of the most frustrating travel things, which is that I have to go through 2 maps in a weird way.
Leonardo!
Ezio? What luck! I ever run into a bit of trouble.
Let me see if I can help.
I know how to fix it, but lack the means to do so. If you could just lift the wagon.
What is this thing? It looks like a giant bat.
Oh, nothing. Just an idea I've been working on. Could not leave it behind.
What is it for?
Well, I shouldn't really talk about it. Al diavolo. I can't hold it in anymore. It's... I think I figured out how to make a man fly.
Come on, I'll drive.
But I haven't even told you where I'm going.
All right, and now for a very, very challenging little mission.
So many sources of inspiration. Ponte di Rialto.
We're gonna have to drive this fucking boat.
What's happening? Who are they?
Rodrigo Borges.
Why? What do they want with us?
I think they want us dead.
And let me tell you, it is not the easiest thing to do.
Knock them off!
Because, yep, like Leonardo said, I've got to get these fuckers off while not damaging the carriage too much. And it is not. It is as it handles as boxily as it looks, which is to say, not well. Oh, come on. But thankfully, at least at this point in game design, they don't make me, like, there's no benefit to getting it fully, getting it in, like, undamaged. I think there's, like, technically an Xbox achievement, but whatever. Not trying to do that. Okay. Yep. Nope. Oh, and we're on fire. Fuck. Okay, we're on fire. Everything's fine. Ah, no, die. There we go. Knock that. Okay, nope. Fuck. Okay. Up. Nope. That's... Yes, there we go. Knock him over. Shit. Nope. Yep. And I don't want to fucking flip the carriage. Because if I do, Leonardo will die, and I will create a paradox. Because Leonardo da Vinci can't be dead. Because if Leonardo da Vinci were dead, then the Animus probably wouldn't exist. Because of the weird ways in which technological development happens. Come on. No. Yep. Well, I'm doing my best. Fuck me. God, come on. Yep. No. Yep. Get it. Get off. Go. No. I hate you. There we go. I did it.
Go, Leonardo. They are here for me. I'll catch up with you later.
Okay. And now we do some more fighting and hope for the best. Fuck yes. Get him.
Wait for a good opening.
Okay.
Remember the way we look down the sweeps.
Cut off his escape! Just like that night in Alba! Capito?
Excellent. There we go. Okay. All right. Did you guys lose stream for a second? I noticed that it went down, but I wanted to make sure that folks were still seeing it. But yeah, so we've saved Da Vinci, we've made it down, and now we're in a fun space. No, grab it, get it, stab, kill. Take the axe. Come on. And now, yes. So satisfying. And come on. Trying to remember if I can counter. Yeah. Counter kill with a big axe. Very, very fun. Okay. And now we move onward towards our next destination. Okay. Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, that's wrong. I wonder if that's why it's so square. What the fuck? Alright. Okay, we are now in a new town. Fun new space. In Forlì. Let's go find our first viewpoint. Poke around a little bit. And then see how much more we're going to try and get done tonight. Yeah. I'm going to get us into this. I'm going to see if we'll get a chance to meet our game's least eligible bachelorette, by which I mean the game's most married person Ezzio is into at the moment, and go from there. Mild spoiler. I don't really care. I think it's very funny. Yes. But yeah, we have made it one step closer to getting to the actual city that this game takes place in, Venice. Again, forgetting how big this game is, realizing that I'm definitely going to have to find some time to come do some offbeat streams to unlock some of the stuff I want to unlock. Because I think it's just fun. But we'll figure that out as we get into it. And then go from there. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say it is 9:19. I know that we've been going for a couple hours now. We're at a good spot. I think I'm gonna call it for the night. Mostly because I didn't have a chance to play past this. But I do want to get a couple of quick housekeeping things. We are going to be off next week because I'm going to be out of town. I might depending on what's going on, I might remote in and do a little bit of
clean up stuff or whatever, but in all likelihood, like, it won't be a scheduled stream. It'll just be me popping in. And so we should, like, it's not going to be like something we plan on. And then, but then we'll be back to regularly scheduled funness after that. And then, other housekeeping stuff, standard Patreon, Instagram, we are Falcon Fictive everywhere. One thing that I'm really happy with is that while the camera has had a few moments, the rework and some of the other stuff we've been able to do some stuff that really is holding the hardware and stream together a lot better. So that's been fun. And as always, you guys are great. It's great to be back. I'm really excited getting back into playing, and I'm really excited to like play forward in the game and get into Venice. It is really interesting. You know, we've seen the main title of the game on screen. It is going to be really interesting because I think there is a moment where it's like, okay, main title is up. But there's a moment coming up that I think is kind of like when the game actually starts. It's going to be really fucking fun and weird to get there and talk about it. So really excited to get there with all of you guys and keep unlocking all of the weird secrets. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, we're off next week, but I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon. And I'm using that sign off because I'm going to want to use it for the VOD and all of that. I am going to stay on for a minute to try and figure out this audio thing that I'm running into because it's being really fucking weird, but everyone else can piece because I can't. But yeah, head out. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. While I try and troubleshoot this audio in the like host stream and figure out like why the fuck is it okay, so you know, why is it all square wavy? Nice. You know, let's see. All right, because I was pulling up music. Let's see, because the music playback on this. Oh. Playback is awesome. Okay, so it's definitely something going on with the input side, which is weirder because it's okay, but it's not. It's the input, which means it's something going on in frame or somewhere else, which is fine. Okay, where the fuck would that be? Yeah, let's futz around with input devices. Let's see. Let's go into system settings and talk about input devices. Sound input devices. No, that's not what I want. What I want is I'm gonna be in privacy and security, and then interesting. Huh. Well, and then maybe it is just. I wonder if it is just that it's. I wonder if it's
The optical cable's kind of fucked up. Also, wait, seriously? Is it just like? Oh no, it's still fuzzy. Okay. But it's not as bad. I think it's the optic. I think it is the optical cable. Okay, that is an easy solve. Okie dokie. Well, for those who are still here for some reason, thanks. Anyway, bye.